This example is fairly straightforward, and we have done this earlier. So I've shown you how to create a conditional column, but we will do it once again. Now, what we want to do is to find out whether all these names are a female or male, and we also have a marital status with us. So we want to say unmarried here, and this would be married, married, unmarried, married, unmarried, and finally married. What is the expected result? If the gender is female and the marital status is married, then the result should be MS. So we want a miss to be written like this. And if the gender is female and the marital status is married, then it should be Mrs., which would be MRS. For the men, obviously, it would only be a Mr. as in MR. So not a particularly difficult problem, but nonetheless, we want to do this on Power Query. So I send the data to Power Query, data from table oblique range. Now we can click on add column and then select a custom column. And then we can write the title, and this would be if the gender is equal to F and the marital status is equal to unmarried, then my result is going to be MS. Else if, and then we can just copy this entire thing. So else if the gender is F and the marital status is married, then the result is MRS. And then one final time, we will say that else if the gender is equal to M, then we want an MR. Else other. Now the only reason we have kept an other is because in case some of the names do not have a gender assigned, or they have chosen not to specify it, then the result will not come as an error, but it will come as an other. So no syntax errors have been detected, which is good. We click on OK, and we get the result like this. So I see that there is some problem that is occurring. Let me just go back and double check. Okay, so I think our marital status has to be in uppercase because this would be case sensitive. So let me just make sure that we are changing this to uppercase and the result should come perfectly. So like I said, not a particularly difficult problem. The reason I wanted to show this to you is because of this. See, when you send the data to Power Query, in add column, you do have an option called conditional column. The challenge here is that in a conditional column, it is possible for you to add multiple clauses, but you cannot keep an and or an or operator. And because in our case, we wanted to keep an and operator, that's the reason we had to write the formula ourselves rather than simply choosing a conditional column. For a simple result, you can always use conditional, but whenever the logic is a little more complicated, in that case, you will have to write the entire formula yourself.